It's pretty common to have back pain and joint pain as you get older. And some of those aches and pain can actually be attributed to hip weakness. Have you heard of that? But get this, you don't have to go to the doctor in order to get treatment. You can go to Blue Wave Physical Therapy. And joining us this morning to talk about the services they offer, please help me welcome back Catherine Courtney. She's a physical therapist with Blue Wave Physical Therapy, and she is here to tell us more about how they can help. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad you are here as well because when I was prepping for this interview, I did not know our hips can get weak, but you have some great things that we can look at on ourselves to see if we have hip weakness. What are some of the things we need to check to see?
So, hip weakness definitely affects the way that we move and walk. It can also be a precursor to back pain or knee pain. So, that's one of the first things that we'll look at when somebody comes in with those problems. So, things that you can check at home to see if you have hip weakness. Is if you are standing on one leg, does your hip drop to one side? Is it hard to keep your balance? Another thing is when you're walking, do your hips kind of swing side to side, or do your shoulders tip over and you lean side to side? That's a way we compensate for hip weakness when we're walking. And then a third way could be just laying straight on your side, trying to keep your leg and your body in line. And if you can't lift your leg straight up to the side without it kind of cheating forwards, that's a sign that you have some hip weakness.
I'm over here like with this morning because when I was prepping for this interview, I actually did the first one and I could stand on one leg, and one hip was not dropping. So I'm like, okay, that is great. And it's interesting because as you just said, hip weakness rather, can affect pain. You can get aches and pains, arthritis maybe, but it also can affect the way you move, right?
Right, and that's most importantly what we look at. So if you are weak in the hips, you may have trouble getting in and out of the chair or off a soft sofa. Getting in and out of the car can be hard. For those people who get on the floor with their grandchildren, getting back up could be difficult. And certainly having weakness affects your balance. So when we address the hips as the main problem, we find that the back and the knee recover much faster. People stand up straighter and they feel a lot more confident in the way that they're moving.
And what's great about Blue Wave Physical Therapy is that you all do great things to help with hip strengthening. What are some of the things that you all focus on to help us?
Well, we like to have fun and we have different ways to do it. Some people start in the pool because they're having a lot of balance problems. They have trouble walking or pain when walking, so they feel more comfortable in the water. Others will have them on the mat exercises. We give them things to do at home. And then as our clients progress, or our higher level people will get them into the gym, doing resisted strengthening. The great thing about our clinic is we're able to work with everyone one-on-one. We can customize the exercises for exactly the right fit. And our clients are in control of the way that they recover, and we're not bound by insurance restrictions.
Which is great because obviously we're going through a pandemic right now. It's good that you all do that one-on-one service to help different types of people with different types of hip weakness, which is great. Now, for people out there who are watching right now, if you were one of those people who identified some hip weakness and you're still a little bit concerned that you may have it, the good news is that you all have an upcoming webinar that is free. Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about it.
So on September 29th at 10 a.m., we'll be doing a free webinar that will give a little bit more in-depth information about why the hips are so important. We'll talk about some exercises that you can do at home for strengthening. We'll talk about some flexibility, and we'll give resources for those people who need a little bit more help, who may need some more information, a little bit more direction. This webinar is free, but it's for people who are serious about taking control of their health, people who want to get back to being active and live without pain.
Very good to know. And again, it's free, which we love something that is free. Now, why is it important that we make sure our hips are strong?
Well, it's part of our core. And you hear a lot of people talk about core with all these new exercises that are popular, Pilates and yoga. And it's true that we have to be strong in the middle. We have to have a strong middle and able to move our arms and legs on something. We have to have some stability in the middle. So the hips are a big part of that. They are large muscles. They are movers for us, and they affect every bit of mobility. So if they're not stable, your body's going to find other ways to compensate and you end up having pain.
It's really important that we work on the whole body, my friends. Our
Yes,
whole body
indeed.
is something we love, so we need to make sure we take care of it. Now, here's the good news, my friends. Again, the webinar is coming up and it is free. Here is how you register for it. It's coming up on September 29th at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's about hip strengthening to get you up and moving. To register and reserve your spot, you can log on to bluewavept.com. And for more information about all the services they offer at Blue Wave, you can call them at 504-313-6502 or go set up an appointment with them. They're located at 3100 Kingman Street, Suite 103 in Metairie.